Is there any decision in particular you disagree with?
Okay, so I would start with, well...
Take your right hand like you're about to pledge the allegiance, raise the middle finger, and on the count of 3, we're going to yell, F you, Trump! 1, 2, 3!
If Trump was elected, how exactly is he a king? I don't know.
Tell me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!
Well, I do the exact same thing.
Well,
would you be glad if I would die?
Maybe. I'd have to think about it.
So, MAGA, why don't you all have a King's Parade? Have a Donald Trump Day Parade. See if millions of you show up in the streets to cheer on your boy. Go ahead, do it.
We can't go, Kevin. We are working. Plus, we know he's not a king since we elected him. Hi, hello, welcome back. I hope you are all doing well. It's been raining for 3 days here, and I can just feel the seasonal depression lurking around the corner. But, the leaves are very pretty. Anyways, on this channel, I have brought to you many insane people and many insane stories. But recently, the internet was set on fire by a bunch of idiotic situations involving the No Kings protest that took place on October 18th. And if you don't know what that is, or haven't seen any of it, I envy you. Essentially, No Kings refers to a series of protests that took aim at the Trump administration, positioning Trump as some sort of authoritarian dictator. That's their claim anyway. Which surprised me a bit because half of them don't even know what tyranny is. After all, this is the same group of people who supported some of the most tyrannical measures that we have ever faced as a country. I can't take you seriously when you are so inconsistent. I also can't take you seriously when you represent your cause like an insane toddler. Like one woman dressed as the Statue of Liberty who couldn't keep herself composed because the interviewer, quote, looked like a Charlie Kirk fan.
It's a Halloween outfit, or what is the premise behind it?
You look like Charlie Kirk fan. Get away from me.
You're an angry person, aren't you?
Always.
You always are angry?
Yeah.
Why?
Because gingers make me do it.
You're ginger.
I am.
You look like my dad.
Gargle dicks all the time.
I do not.
You look like you got a dick in your mouth.
I'm straight.
Because he looks like you got 2 stuck in your cheeks. Or do you just got 1 nut? Half sack. Half sack?
Do you live in Tampa?
Maybe I fucking don't. Who fucking knows?
Were you paid to be here?
Do I fucking look like I fucking get paid?
Gonna be honest, not really. Or all the weird blow-up costumes protesters are donning to fight this alleged oppression. You're so oppressed that you get to dress up like a deranged axolotl. I feel like this is a furry pipeline right here, and I don't like it. But probably the most incoherent part of all of this is the international protests that took place in other countries like Canada, Mexico, the UK, France. The list goes on. Sorry, why are you involved in this?
She doesn't even go here!
But I did find it quite funny that organizers had to advise protesters in other countries to ditch the word king, instead adopting no tyrants or dictators as their little slogan. Because unlike the US, some of these countries actually do have a king. I think my favorite part has been the senior citizen flash mobs, though. It's so great to see them out and active, even though they have no idea why they're there in the first place. Which was evident when people started asking some of these protesters about what they were protesting. Like one woman who disagreed with the sign that she was holding.
I just want to know, I feel like we've gotten a little bit away from love in this country.
Yeah.
And your sign says we hate you for free. So I just want to know, do you think that solves anything?
No, you know what? I think the hate on there is because it's shorter and it fit better onto the sign.
What was
I don't
it gonna
hate
be?
anybody.
And another who couldn't actually explain what Trump policies she disagreed with.
So what brings you out today?
No King's Day.
And why specifically are you out supporting No King's Day?
I think protest is important.
Why are you protesting?
How much time do you have?
A couple minutes. And what's the main reason you're out here protesting President Trump?
I agree with a lot of the decisions that are being made.
Is there any decision in particular you disagree with?
Okay, so I would start with, well, I don't even think it's appropriate for me to have this interview.
Protesters also really struggled to explain how Trump is acting like a king.
We're out here at the No Kings protest and we're asking all the important questions, such as if Trump was elected, how exactly is he a king? Because he is trying to take control of everything, like his checks and balances are not working, so he is just trying to completely disregard the Constitution. I don't know. I feel like a lot of amendments have been kind of overcome, like in a way that they're not supposed to be. Yeah, which amendments specifically? The first one, trying to take away our freedom of protesting. I would say that it's because even though he was elected, I agree, due process, he got what he got elected fairly, sure, but he's doing things that make him a king, like he's taking away, civil rights. That's a great question. I don't particularly think he's a king, it's how people are viewing him as. Actively switching the levers of power in order to subvert elections. And what does that mean? Things such as, trouble coming up with words.
What do we want?
We don't know!
When do we want it?
Also unclear.
Why do we want it?
Because it was forwarded to us in an email, so it must be true.
Yeah!
And giving the benefit of the doubt for like half a second, some people do get really nervous on camera. Some people do struggle to articulate themselves well. So I can kind of understand that. But the fact that a lot of them seem to be searching in their brains for anything to say leads me to believe that they haven't really thought this through very far. Maybe they've been caught up in a lot of the chatter online and just kind of joined because everybody else was. But that's the biggest problem. If you can't articulate what you actually have a problem with in any capacity, then why are you protesting? Why are you holding signs? Why are you walking in the streets? Other than to just be part of the team, part of the club. But I will give credit where it is due. There wasn't any widespread violence. But there were people advocating for political assassinations. So baby steps, I guess, there. The progressive hypocrisy continues with Bill Nye, who claims it's unconstitutional to reject science.
In the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8, refers to promoting the progress of science and useful arts. In 1787, the people who crafted these documents realized the value of science for our health, our well-being, and especially our international competitiveness. So by ignoring the facts of science, that's extraordinary, that's unconstitutional, that's not in anyone's best interest.
This is the same man who also argues that gender and sex are entirely separate.
I used to think there were just two settings, male and female, but it's actually a lot sexier than that. Check out the smoking hot abacus of sex.
No, thank you. I don't want anything to do with that. Then there's this group of women donning Handmaid's Tale garb, their favorite cosplay, carrying signs listing reasons why they believe Trump to be a fascist. There's certainly some gems here, but that last one really caught my attention. It says replacing science with ideology. Which is a very ironic sign to be holding up when you have been screaming that sex isn't binary and human fetuses aren't babies. And I also find it very ironic that this crowd wants us to believe that they are all of a sudden patriots, when they have been very loudly telling us how much they hate the US and want to dismantle all of its systems, which are, racist or something. And I think the big turnouts in some of these major cities are giving a little false sense of hope here. One protester's sign reads, "You made a deal with the devil. Turns out our crowd is bigger." Well, it certainly wasn't big enough to win the election, was it? And it's absolutely hilarious to see these no king chants when they were begging for Queen Kamala. If these protests have proved anything, it's that slogans are very easy and principles are very hard. Because you actually do have to maintain your principles consistently. Trump is an elected official whom 77 million people, myself included, voted for. And if he really did act like a dictator, these protests wouldn't have happened. Because dictators do not let anyone stand against them, at least publicly. And despite Trump's social media trolling, he is actually very aware that he is not a king.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco...
By the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
I think these types would support basically any measure to get Trump out of office, no matter how unconstitutional those efforts might be, because the goal is never to uphold American principles. It's just to reject whatever Trump does, whether that's good or bad. So I look at these protests as one big liberal temper tantrum, essentially, which is their right to do. Living in our constitutional republic, we are afforded the right to peacefully protest. The peaceful part is what, has been confused for a while. So I'm glad that we're back on track with that one. And as much as liberals and progressives look at these protests as some kind of accomplishment, they didn't do anything. But, I'm glad that you all got to hang out together for the day. You probably really needed that. But that's my take, and now I would love to hear yours. What do you think of the No Kings protests? Do you believe they accomplished anything? Do you think the message of No Kings was incoherent or appropriate? What do you think about the international involvement? And do you also believe in the blow-up costume to furry pipeline? Because I feel like that's a solid theory, actually. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Helps people find my videos. If you want to help support the channel in a way beyond just watching my videos, you can buy me a coffee, provided it does not take away your own coffee. And as always, thank you guys for watching, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Toodles!